hear it now, claws dragging across the bathroom door.
Registered person.
Close, slow, patient. It's been standing there for hours. Your dog doesn't blink. It doesn't scratch to be let in. It just waits. Pressed flat against the wood, listening to you breathe. Don't look at the gap beneath the door. Don't speak its name. Because if you do, it will answer. And the voice that comes back won't belong to your dog. This is a message from the County Emergency Broadcast System. Please remain calm. What you are about to hear has been verified by multiple local agencies, animal control, officers, and law enforcement officials. This announcement applies to all households within the affected region. You are advised to stay indoors, remain calm, and follow the instructions carefully. Do not attempt to contact emergency services unless absolutely necessary, as lines are already overwhelmed. The subject of this alert concerns an emerging behavioral anomaly involving domestic dogs. The first reports began earlier, this evening, shortly after nightfall. At first, the descriptions sounded harmless pets lingering near closed bathroom doors, waiting silently as dogs often do. Many residents assumed it was loyalty, curiosity, or routine. However, this behavior is not routine. It is not loyalty. What is occurring is neither natural nor safe. Multiple households have confirmed the same sequence. The moment a person enters a bathroom and closes the door, their dog positions itself directly outside. Not lying down, not scratching, not whining. The animal presses itself flush to the door, chest rigid, nose hovering close to the seam. It will not move. It will not respond to name or command. The stance is unnatural, its stillness absolute, as though bracing against the wood. At first, some dismissed it, but the longer the door remained closed, the more disturbing the presence became. The animals do not blink. They do not adjust their weight. They remain upright, rigid, waiting in silence. If the occupant remains inside for an extended period, the dog begins to breathe in long, drawn inhalations. Slow, deliberate, as if listening through the wood for each breath taken on the other side. Witnesses report calling their pet's name to no effect. They report shaking food, rattling leashes, shouting, clapping. The animal does not flinch. It does not acknowledge them. One caller described tapping her dog's shoulder. The muscles were locked, frozen tight, as though the body had forgotten how to move. Another caller insisted her terrier's ears had grown longer, pressed flat to the doorframe like fabric stretching too far. Incidents escalate when the bathroom door is opened. At first, owners believed their pets wished only to enter, to greet them. But the behavior is wrong. There is no joy, no wagging, no recognition. The dog enters without hesitation, without pause, and positions itself inches from the occupant. It does not blink. It does not pant. It does not breathe. Its mouth is open just enough to reveal a black hollow, teeth faintly glistening. Those who attempted to push the animal back described unnatural resistance. The body feels heavier, denser, as though weighted from within. Small breeds resist with the strength of larger ones. Larger breeds resist with a force that cannot be measured. One caller claimed she shoved her shepherd with all her strength, but its paws scraped across the tiles like nails dragging through stone, immovable, determined to remain. Another household reported a husky that entered after the door was opened. The animal stepped forward, leaned its head against the occupant's stomach, and pressed hard enough to bruise. The owner claimed the dog's tongue was visible but unmoving, frozen against its teeth. The eyes were not blue anymore, but glassy and white, reflecting nothing. The situation grows worse with time. Some owners, panicked, attempted to lock their dogs outside. Reports indicate the animals do not remain outdoors. Windows rattle. Scraping sounds circle the house. Then, silence until the bathroom door closes once more. When it does, the dog is waiting again, perfectly still, directly against the seam. Authorities advise the following. If your dog positions itself at the bathroom door, do not open it. Do not meet its eyes through the crack at the bottom. Do not speak to it. Keep the door closed. One caller made the mistake of looking down, She reported seeing teeth waiting in the gap, not the teeth of her spaniel. These were too many, too sharp, extending further back than the jaw should allow. She described the gums as wet and twitching, as though smiling beneath the door. When she screamed, the teeth scraped upward, against the wood, dragging slowly toward the handle. Another resident reported their animal did not remain, on all fours. Through the narrow bathroom gap, they saw the shadow stretch higher, much taller than their pet's true size. The silhouette shifted upright as though standing on hind legs. The paws were no longer paws. The caller described the shapes as flat, pressed wide against the door. Like hands, the nails too long, curling inward against the seam. We repeat, do not open the woods door. Do not engage, do not look down. Further incidents have confirmed that the longer the door remains closed, the more aggressive the presence becomes. Some households reported a slow, deliberate scratching along the frame. Others reported breathing loud enough to rattle the vent covers perfectly, synchronized with their own breaths inside. Several callers insisted they heard their own names whispered low, rasping, with the cadence of a voice imitating but not understanding human speech. Please listen carefully. No matter what you hear, do not respond. Do not acknowledge. Do not let them inside. We understand. These instructions may be difficult. One resident failed to comply. Audio recovered from the call has been redacted, but investigators confirmed the following details. The subject opened the door after their dog whispered in a voice that resembled a family member. What stepped inside was not a dog. The face was elongated, the muzzle drawn out too far, the teeth visible even when the mouth was closed. The limbs were longer, jointed backwards, pressing flat against the tiles with deliberate "Wait!" The subject screamed. The call ended. The line did not reconnect. Officials have attempted containment. Animal control dispatch to affected neighborhoods reported dogs waiting outside bathroom doors in every residence. Attempts to remove them have failed. One officer described lifting a beagle by the torso. The body was heavy, sagging, its ribs expanding without air, the mouth open wider than it should. Go. When the officer let go, the animal did not fall. It remained suspended, paws pressed against nothing, weightless, still waiting for the nearest closed door. At least 3 shelters had been compromised. Dogs inside their kennels began pressing against the walls, positioning themselves against the bathroom stalls. Within staff restrooms, they did not move, they did not eat, they did not stop. Staff fled the premises. This message is not a test. This is not an isolated event. This is a pattern. We repeat. If you are in a bathroom and your dog is outside, do not open the door. Do not respond to the sounds. Cover the bottom seam with towels. Block the handle. Remain silent. Stay inside. Stay away from the door. And most importantly, do not look. This concludes the emergency broadcast. Further instructions will follow. This transmission will repeat. Do not open. Do not look.